social worker, and if a child has...
I'm going to start to practice again, but this time I'm just going to throw out the treble 20, hopefully get a 180. Let's see how long it takes. I'm not zoomed up on the board, so every 3 darts I'll shout out what the score is, and hopefully in time I'll get a 180, so here it goes.
But actually, we think that probably we need to prioritise our NHS staff, and if you can sort out childcare, please don't bring your child to school, which is difficult, I think, for head teachers to be put in that position.
Sean, there was a bit of a Stewart inquiry at my school this morning as to whether or not it was one
60
parent or two that had to be key workers.
I think it's just one parent who has to be a key worker, as I understand it.
Yeah, there have been a couple of schools that have thought that it was two, and
it was two. Yeah. I mean, I think what the head teachers, a lot of teachers are saying to me is, this guidance isn't very clear. We don't want to be gatekeepers.
60.
We want the government to come up with a very clear guidelines for us, so that we're not having to negotiate with our parents about whether or not they have to come in. And can you imagine on Monday morning, if a child turns up with a parent and the head teacher says, actually, I'm really sorry, but I can't accept you, and that
100
arrange alternative childcare. So I think head teachers are on the phones today trying to say to parents, please, we're not going to have space for everyone. Please try and make alternative childcare arrangements, and even if you think you're covered by this list, let's be clear that we can't take everyone.
We're going to speak to our head teacher in just a second. Just before we do that, Sean, what's the latest on
100?
There's a lot of concern from people about what's exactly going to be considered when it comes to marking the final results this time round.
Yes, well, this has only just come out this afternoon. So, of course, the GCSE and the A-level exams, as well as the SATs, have been cancelled for May and June. So no will be sitting exams. And this was, of course, part of the whole school closure programme. What they have announced this afternoon, Gavin Williamson, the Education Secretary, has said that children will be awarded grades in the normal way. So that is, from grade 1 to grade 9 for GCSE.
100.
They can get A stars, Bs and Cs and so on at A level. But those grades will not be awarded on the basis of sitting an exam as they would normally be. They will be awarded on the basis of what teachers who teach the children would have predicted the children would have got. And teachers will make that judgment based on a lot of things, not only their knowledge of the child, but things like work that the child has done in school, any kind of mock exams they may have sat, and taking the results from that. Even maybe looking back at the SATs results that children got at the age of 11 for 16-year-olds.
100.
Who were very highly there, you might be expected to get a high number of GCSEs. And then the teachers' judgments, I think, will then be sent to the regulator, Ofqual, and they will kind of rubber stamp them. There will also be a chance for children, Gavin Williamson said, to sit an exam when schools do finally resume.
140.
But they don't have to.
Okay, Sean, thank you. Sean Griffiths, our Education Editor of the Sunday Times.
Well, the key workers list, as we say, covers health, social care, education, childcare, local and national government, security, transport workers, even some journalists. And the vast list has been met with criticism from several teachers. Jackie Sainsbury's with us again, who's executive head teacher at Brookhill Leys, which is a primary school in Nottingham. Hello again, Jackie.
Hi, Sarah.
Good talking to you. What do you feel about the key workers list?
Well, it's not a good time for everybody. And it's
100.
Decision, but it's far too long. It's unclear, and we've had phone calls all day today with people who work in hardware chain stores who had a letter from their employee who says that they're a key worker, to a delivery worker with 4 children who is
41.
a key worker but has a stay-at-home wife, and they're still sending their children in. So there's some clarity needed. It is true vital key workers that we need to be able to work in these warlike conditions. So we want to be open for our NHS workers and people
45.
that really need to keep country going, but this is too
You're saying really it needs to be 2?
I'm saying it needs to be 2, yeah, absolutely.
The government advice is that it only needs to be 1, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't understand that. I don't understand how
45.
who is a stay-at-home mum is going to send her children, well, they're not sending their children here, but will send their children to some schools, and other people who really do need to keep the country running.
Come on.
Their children here because run out of places.
Right, so sorry, Jackie, is that because you feel you're going to
140.
teachers, or you just don't want, you feel teachers should be given a break here?
Oh, absolutely not. My teachers have been working to the early hours getting the lessons ready for for the children that are out of school. So they're going to be doing two jobs next week.
Yeah.
They're going to be maintaining the higher education for the children out
100.
of school and caring for the children that are in school. Who also are quite worried because our children in the school know about social distancing and that they don't want to be in a big group. And if they are in a big group, then they carry on spreading the virus and they carry on literally spreading
60.
it to their key worker parents who are then going to go and infect people. It just isn't, it's not good enough yet.
This exact debate about two parents versus one parent is something that has been going on at my own school where my son is as well. So that's why I picked up on it. And Stephen Darby's just texted to say the same thing. The government
100.
information is clear. It's paragraph 4.2. He says the latest guidance came out first thing. It's one parent, but schools are ignoring this, he says, and strictly sticking to the 20%. So refusing some families who don't have two key workers. I mean, are your school going to be turning people down?
I will be turning people down.
140.
Having a social distancing to participating in getting through this in the way that we need to safely. So if I've got a mum who stays at home anyway.
That's a difficult phone call, Jackie.
It is a very difficult phone call, but I will have a choice between
100.
that parent who is at home not doing anything and a parent who needs to go to work.
Jackie, will you assess that on a weekly basis, judging by the number of teachers who are in school?
Yeah, we already have half of our teachers in isolation.
125.
Working from home or they're not very well. But we've got the capacity. I don't want to put more than 5 children in the classroom because we will be carrying out social distancing during the day. We've got some lovely activities for them planned and
So
things like
just
that.
to be
41.
clear, will you turn children away even if they have two parents on the list if it breaches your social
No.
distance?
No. It's the two, well, it depends because if I get somebody who says they're working in a hardware shop and I'm full, I will make sure that
60.
I have a place here for the...
7 minutes, 3 minutes, and
No,
then
my point is
That's
that
a-
you said 5 is
a wrap.
So I'm saying,
I in the classroom.
right, so if you breach your limit, you could end up sending away a child even if they have two parents on the list.
No, we won't do that. But
100.
It's just too long, and there are things on here. Like I've had an IT sales person on who says that they're on the list, and but you're not on the list. So it's just about getting the genuine people who are impacted on the coronavirus,
100.
delivering the food, the health workers, and making sure.
What about journalists?
Well, it depends what you're reporting, I suppose.
It sounds, in a way, Jackie, you're the arbiter of the list.
No, not at all. I want to make sure our children are not spreading
100.
that our children are safe. So if you were a journalist for NME magazine, that's not really necessary for the coronavirus.
Well,
if you're a journalist for
it's public
Radio 5,
service. It's public service. Yeah, the list is actually quite clear. I read it this morning. It's
81.
public service broadcasting.
yeah.
And you'd be proud of me, Jackie. I'm not availing of it, but that's only because I've got a brilliant husband.
But you are also delivering a public service, so I understand that. But the list is clear to you. It's not clear to our families, and that's very difficult for us because we're having to deliver those messages.
Yeah,
140.
to prioritise on a day-to-day basis, but that means that you might be flying in the face of government advice and having to take matters into your own hands. That's how it feels. Yeah.
I'm number one in school for health and safety, so yeah, it's important. My staff were
100.
in tears saying goodbye to their children. It's not something that any of us want.
What about Easter? What are you going to do during the Easter holidays, quote unquote? Because presumably that's going to be a very difficult situation for teachers.
Yeah. So during the Easter holidays, we are going to be looking at supporting the
100. Last minute.
bring their children in because they're keeping the country running and keeping them alive.
Jackie, are you going to police the gates then, literally, as people, if they turn up with children? I mean, presumably you're trying to attempt to sort it all out by phone beforehand, but on Monday
60.
you'll be at the gate, will you?
I'm not going to police the gates because our community is absolutely amazing, actually. So they're in very difficult financial situations, but they understand the reasoning behind the decisions, and but we are actually having to act as proof of employment and things like that because we have had
140.
people want their children to come to school, and unfortunately it's not viable. So we don't need to police the gates because the parents who are coming to school already have all those arrangements written down.
Okay. Well, Jackie, we'll let you go, but thanks very
100.
much. And, good luck.
Last 9.
Thank you.
And then
difficult few weeks,
again.
I imagine.
haven't
Jackie Sainsbury, executive
fulfilled the challenge, but let's see how it goes. These last 9.
Rowan Bridge now, who's been talking to children about how they're taking this massive change. Hi, Rowan.
Hello, yeah, I mean, for a lot of children, today has been a rather abrupt and premature end of their school days. For many of them, especially those who are due to set A-levels or GCSEs,
85.
are now leaving schools without the last-minute, last-day fanfare, and also that trepidation of upcoming exams. It has, understandably, been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions and feelings for all.
As Fiona, I'm 16 years old and I go to Chiltern High School. It's
100.
doing GCSEs and stuff.
Last 3.
Not doing GCSEs, I'm not going down to school. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. All throughout the week I've been thinking a lot of different things about it, and I was confused about if they will cancel school or they won't, and I wasn't sure about what I would have wanted, but now that they have, I'm feeling like I was thinking, I know it's for the best.
That's it, everyone.
How I'll get my GCSEs or if I even will get them.
My name's Charlotte, I'm 18, I go to Trinity.
Ended with an 83, but tight darts, good practice. Just puts a little bit of pressure on me when I know people's watching, so it's all good. But hopefully, just gets me a start, and then further down the line, I'll be able to hit a few 180s and a few bullseye challenges, and any challenges that you can set, I'll give it a go. See how we go. Thanks for watching.